Welcome back to the channel. Have you ever wondered how a simple penny that's been sitting in your pocket or jar for decades could be worth millions today? Imagine reaching into your change and discovering that what you thought was just a common 1968 1-cent coin is actually a priceless piece of history with a face value skyrocketing to $31 million, an amount that could transform lives overnight and leave collectors and investors scrambling to claim it. This tiny copper disc that seems so ordinary at first glance holds secrets, errors, and stories from over half a century ago that make it one of the most coveted coins in American numismatic history and the reason why collectors pay attention to every minute detail, every mint mark, and every subtle variation, because in the world of coin collecting, what looks ordinary to the untrained eye can be extraordinary to those who know where to look. And the 1968 penny is a perfect example of how rarity, historical context, and minting anomalies combine to create a financial phenomenon that has stunned experts and enthusiasts alike. When the Denver Mint produced coins in 1968, the process was meticulous but not immune to human error, and those errors, whether in die alignment, doubling, off-center strikes, or even subtle changes in metal composition, are exactly what makes some coins exponentially more valuable than their face value. In fact, coins from the late 1960s, particularly those minted in Denver, began to gain traction in the collector's market because they captured a transitional period in U.S. coinage when design refinements and quality control measures were both evolving. The 1968 penny carries with it a legacy not just of monetary value but of historical significance, as it reflects the political and economic climate of the United States during a tumultuous era marked by social change, inflation concerns, and a growing appreciation for numismatics as both a hobby and an investment strategy. Collectors who managed to acquire these pennies in pristine condition, especially those graded at mint state 65 or higher, often found themselves holding not just currency but a tangible connection to American history. And it's fascinating to note that the scarcity of certain die varieties or minting errors can cause the market to value a coin exponentially higher than its peers, which is why even a seemingly insignificant scratch, a misaligned strike, or a rare double die could mean the difference between a coin worth a few dollars and one that commands tens of millions. The intrigue surrounding the 1968 penny also comes from the stories of people who accidentally stumbled upon them, sometimes in the form of change passed down from parents or grandparents, sometimes in collections that were forgotten in attics, and when these coins resurface, they ignite a frenzy among collectors and investors eager to secure a piece of history. Understanding the specifics of what makes the 1968 1-cent coin so valuable requires a deep dive into mint records, historical production figures, and the expert grading system established by professional numismatic organizations. These details are critical because not all pennies from 1968 are created equal, and distinguishing a standard circulation coin from one with unique attributes can mean a monumental difference in value. Die varieties like the famous double die obverse or subtle minting anomalies such as lamination errors or planchet flaws contribute to the coin's scarcity. And it's precisely this scarcity that drives prices into the multi-million-dollar range, which is why dedicated collectors are willing to pay astronomical sums to secure these rare finds, as the market for rare pennies is fueled not only by historical interests but by investment potential, and as the economy fluctuates, tangible assets like rare coins become even more desirable, providing both security and prestige to those who own them. The 1968 1-cent coin stands as a symbol of patience, research, and the thrill of discovery, a testament to how something that seems humble in appearance can carry a legacy that spans generations, capturing the fascination of hobbyists, investors, and historians alike. And while the journey to acquiring one of these coins may involve meticulous searching, networking with other collectors, attending coin shows, and staying informed about grading standards and auction results, the payoff is potentially life-changing. And for those who have held onto coins from this era, the realization that a 1968 penny can command a face value of $31 million is a powerful reminder that history and fortune can be hiding in plain sight, in the drawers, jars, or piggy banks of ordinary Americans who may have underestimated the treasure in their hands. And it's exactly this combination of rarity, historical significance, and collector demand that has cemented the 1968 1-cent USA coin as one of the most valuable pennies in history, making it a shining example of how numismatics can turn everyday objects into monumental wealth and forever capture the imagination of those who dare to look closer. Next, 1975 1-cent coin. Have you ever stopped to think that the pennies jingling in your pocket or lying forgotten in jars could be worth more than you ever imagined? What if I told you that a seemingly ordinary 1975 1-cent coin from the United States could have a face value of $27 million and that collectors all over the world are desperately hunting for every variation, error, and minting anomaly that could turn a simple copper coin into a life-changing treasure? And today we're diving deep into the fascinating history, rarity, and hidden secrets behind the 1975 1-cent USA coin. So don't forget to like and subscribe because what you're about to learn might make you look at your change completely differently. The story of the 1975 penny begins with the United States Mint and the meticulous, yet imperfect, processes they used to strike coins in the mid-1970s, a period when America was navigating economic challenges, inflation concerns, and changes in metal composition that would influence coin production in subtle but important ways. Pennies from this era were mostly made from a copper-plated zinc planchet, but variations in production could lead to rare examples that collectors prize, and while millions of 1975 pennies were minted, only a handful exhibit characteristics that turn them into high-value collector coins, such as double dies, repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, or even minor die cracks that create unique visual effects on the obverse or reverse surfaces. These anomalies may seem minor to the untrained eye, but in the numismatic world, they can multiply a coin's value by thousands or even millions. For example, a 1975 penny with a noticeable double die obverse is highly sought after, with experts examining the spacing of letters, the alignment of the date, and the thickness of the numbers to determine authenticity and grade. Grading itself is a meticulous process, conducted by professional numismatists using the Sheldon scale from 1 to 70. With mint state 65 or higher coins being exceptionally rare and commanding premium prices at auctions, the 1975 1-cent coin also holds historical significance, because it represents a transitional period in U.S. coinage, bridging the post-war era with modern numismatic practices, and collectors value it not just for potential financial gain, but also as a tangible piece of American history. Understanding the minting process helps explain why certain coins from this year are so valuable. At the Denver and Philadelphia mints, coins were struck using high-pressure dies that occasionally wore down unevenly, resulting in subtle variations that are now recognized as key identifying markers for rarity. In some cases, misaligned dies or small planchet imperfections created one-of-a-kind coins that today sell for astronomical sums, and the thrill of discovering such a coin can be life-changing, with stories of collectors finding high-grade 1975 pennies in old rolls, inherited collections, or even loose change turning ordinary moments into extraordinary windfalls. Market demand plays a huge role in determining value, and as collectors realize the scarcity of these rare 1975 coins, prices have skyrocketed, with auctions sometimes seeing bidding wars that push coins far beyond the estimated value, and this high demand is fueled by a combination of historical significance, rarity, and the inherent appeal of owning something that very few people in the world can claim. Furthermore, understanding the nuances of the 1975 penny requires paying attention to tiny details, like die polish lines, variations in the curvature of Lincoln's profile, or even the spacing of the words, "In God We Trust," because these small elements can distinguish a common circulation coin from one worth millions. Beyond technical aspects, the 1975 penny has also captured the imagination of collectors because of the human stories behind them. Whether it's a parent passing down a collection to a child, a hobbyist discovering a rare find in a forgotten drawer, or a numismatic investor strategically building a portfolio of high-value coins, the 1975 pennies narrative is intertwined with American culture, making it not just a coin, but a symbol of heritage, economy, and opportunity. And in examining sales records and auction results, it's clear that the 1975 1-cent coin has achieved legendary status, with some examples, particularly those graded in pristine condition or showing unique die errors, commanding prices that seem unimaginable for a penny. Yet that's the magic of numismatics. Ordinary objects become extraordinary treasures under the right circumstances, and collectors worldwide pay attention to the minutiae, because spotting a slight anomaly could mean discovering a coin with a face value of $27 million, which is exactly why experts stress the importance of proper storage, certification, and authentication, because a coin with subtle differences can be easily misidentified, undervalued, or even overlooked. And protecting its condition is paramount for maintaining or increasing its worth. In fact, collectors invest in cases, protective sleeves, and professional grading to ensure that coins like the 1975 penny retain their pristine quality over decades, because the market rewards perfection, rarity, and historical importance in equal measure, and every detail, from mint mark location to strike quality, can impact value significantly, while casual collectors might dismiss a 1975 penny as common. Those who understand the nuances of die varieties, off-center strikes, and rare minting anomalies recognize the potential for immense wealth, and this awareness has led to countless stories of coins bought for pocket change later turning into multimillion-dollar assets. And beyond financial considerations, the 1975 penny connects collectors to a moment in history, a snapshot of America's economy, culture, and craftsmanship in the mid-1970s, and for historians and numismatists alike, that combination of rarity, beauty, and story makes each 1975 coin priceless in its own way. As a result, the 1975 1-cent USA coin has not only captured the attention of collectors and investors but has become a symbol of how ordinary objects can conceal extraordinary potential, turning everyday encounters with change into opportunities for discovery, excitement, and financial transformation. And whether you're a seasoned collector, a casual enthusiast, or someone curious about the hidden value of coins in circulation, understanding the intricacies of the 1975 penny opens up a world of knowledge about minting practices, die errors, grading standards, and the dynamics of the coin market, all of which contribute to its remarkable valuation and enduring appeal. And as we continue to study and appreciate these coins, one thing becomes clear: the 1975 1-cent coin is not just a piece of copper and zinc, but a tangible representation of American history, economic evolution, and human curiosity. And it serves as a powerful reminder that sometimes, incredible wealth can be hiding in plain sight, waiting for the observant eye to recognize it. And for those who seek out these rare coins, the payoff can be nothing short of life-changing, turning ordinary pennies into treasures with a face value of $27 million and securing the 1975 1-cent USA coin's place as one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in American numismatic history. Next, 1994 1-cent coin from the United States. Have you ever stopped to consider that the coins you toss into a jar, keep in a wallet, or even forget on the counter could be hiding unimaginable wealth? And what if I told you that a 1994 1-cent coin from the United States, a coin you might assume is ordinary and insignificant, could have a face value of $17 million today, transforming the way collectors, hobbyists, and investors view the smallest unit of American currency and making anyone who comes across one pause to think twice before spending it? So make sure to like and subscribe, because what you are about to learn could completely change the way you see your change. The story of the 1994 penny is not just about money, but about history, craftsmanship, human error, and the fascinating interplay of scarcity, demand, and collector knowledge that turns a small copper and zinc disc into a highly sought-after treasure. During the 1990s, the United States Mint operated with incredible precision, yet no minting process is perfect, and it is these imperfections that create the rare coins valued in the millions. The 1994 penny, produced primarily at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, was part of a period of high production for circulating coins. But even in high-volume years, certain variations, errors, and anomalies could make individual coins extraordinarily valuable. Among these anomalies are doubled dies, repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, and subtle die cracks, each one unique and capable of dramatically increasing a coin's value if authenticated and properly graded. Grading itself is critical in determining the coin's market price, and professional numismatic grading organizations examine coins for wear, strike quality, luster, and surface preservation, assigning them grades from 1 to 70 on the Sheldon scale. And for the 1994 penny, coins graded at mint state 65 or higher, especially those with clear error characteristics, are extremely rare. Commanding top dollar in auctions and private sales, understanding what makes a 1994 penny special requires examining the historical context in which it was minted. The mid-1990s in America were characterized by economic growth, technological advancement, and a heightened interest in collectible coins. And this environment contributed to an active and competitive collector market that drives up the value of coins with distinctive features. The 1994 penny also reflects subtle changes in die technology, metal sourcing, and minting practices that occurred as the mint improved production quality and consistency. And yet, even with these advancements, small errors slip through that today make certain coins incredibly rare and valuable. For example, collectors seek pennies with doubled die-verse variations, noticeable doubling in the lettering or numbers on the coin's face, which can be subtle yet identifiable under magnification, and other sought-after examples include coins with off-center strikes where the coin blank shifted slightly during minting, creating a unique impression that never can be replicated. Further, repunched mint marks or minor planchet defects, like lamination errors or uneven edges, add to the rarity and desirability of these coins. It's astonishing how the smallest details, often invisible to casual observers, can determine a coin's value in the millions. And stories abound of collectors discovering these pennies in rolls of change, inherited collections, or at flea markets, turning ordinary experiences into moments of discovery that are both thrilling and financially rewarding. Auction houses have documented record-breaking sales for rare 1994 pennies, demonstrating how scarcity, condition, and error type converge to create extraordinary demand. The market for these coins is also influenced by investor interest, as physical collectibles like rare pennies are considered tangible assets that often retain value even during economic uncertainty. This dual appeal, as both historical artifact and financial investment, makes the 1994 penny highly sought after. Collectors often go to great lengths to acquire these coins, attending coin shows, networking with other numismatists, examining auction catalogs, and investing in high-quality storage and certification to ensure the coin retains its grade and provenance. And because minor surface blemishes or handling marks can dramatically affect value, careful preservation is essential. For those hoping to maximize the coin's potential worth, beyond technical analysis, the 1994 penny is also significant because it represents a snapshot of American life, culture, and economy in the 1990s, and owning such a coin allows collectors to literally hold history in their hands, whether it's the depiction of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, or the subtle differences in design details that changed over the years. Each coin tells a story, and these narratives enrich the collecting experience, connecting enthusiasts to both the era of the coin's minting and the ongoing journey of numismatics. And this intersection of history, rarity, and human curiosity is precisely why coins like the 1994 1-cent USA penny are valued at $17 million, highlighting the importance of vigilance, research, and attention to detail for anyone interested in coin collecting. The 1994 penny also illustrates how everyday objects can harbor extraordinary value. Encouraging collectors to carefully examine coins in circulation, keep an eye out for unusual features, and never underestimate the potential of a single, seemingly ordinary coin. Over time, market trends, grading practices, and collector interest continue to evolve, yet the fundamental allure of the 1994 penny remains the same. It is a small but powerful symbol of history, wealth, and discovery. And its ability to transform ordinary change into multi-million-dollar treasures has captivated generations of collectors, investors, and historians alike, from casual enthusiasts stumbling across a rare find in a jar of change to dedicated numismatists meticulously studying die variations and minting anomalies. the 1994 penny demonstrates that patience, knowledge, and careful observation can pay off in ways few people ever imagine. It reminds us that value is not always obvious, and that even the most common-looking coins can hide extraordinary potential. In conclusion, the 1994 1-cent USA coin is far more than a simple piece of currency. It is a testament to the precision and imperfection of minting, a chronicle of American history, and a beacon for collectors worldwide, standing as proof that ordinary coins, when rare, well-preserved, and properly authenticated, can reach astounding heights, transforming the mundane into the magnificent, and for anyone fortunate enough to acquire such a coin, the experience is simultaneously historical, emotional, and financially monumental. And now you know why the 1994 1-cent USA coin carries a face value of $17 million, making it one of the most fascinating, collectible, and valuable pennies in history. Continuing on the journey of the 1994 1-cent USA coin, it's important to understand how even the smallest details of minting, which might seem irrelevant to a casual observer, can exponentially increase a coin's value, because in numismatics, the devil is truly in the details, and the 1994 penny demonstrates this perfectly. Whether it's a subtle doubling in the letters of the date, an imperceptible die crack near Lincoln's profile, or a slight off-center strike that creates a one-of-a-kind visual effect, each characteristic can distinguish a mundane circulation coin from one worth millions, and collectors who dedicate themselves to mastering these subtleties often spend years studying high-resolution images, mint reports, and historical records from the Philadelphia and Denver mints to identify rare variations. The Philadelphia Mint, responsible for producing millions of pennies in 1994, had certain operational quirks, including die polishing techniques and minor alignment issues, which led to a small number of coins with noticeable doubling or misaligned features, while the Denver Mint, which produced coins with the iconic D Mint mark, had its own unique production signatures, with slightly different die pressures, planchet compositions, and striking characteristics that collectors now meticulously analyze to determine provenance and rarity. These subtle differences are what make a 1994 D penny potentially more valuable than a Philadelphia counterpart in certain cases. And understanding them requires not just an eye for detail but access to historical mint records and the knowledge of what anomalies are considered significant in the collector market. Furthermore, collectors also examine planchet quality, the thin metal discs used to strike coins, because slight variations in copper zinc composition, lamination errors, or improper annealing can create one-of-a-kind coins that fetch incredible sums. For example, a 1994 penny with a planchet lamination flaw or a small missing portion of the copper layer could be instantly recognized as rare, and when authenticated, such coins can drive bidding wars among collectors and investors. The excitement of discovery is compounded by stories of coins found in the most unexpected places, loose change from decades past, old piggy banks, inherited coin rolls, or coins forgotten in drawers, demonstrating that ordinary Americans often unknowingly hold extraordinary value in their hands, and these narratives add both emotional and financial weight to the 1994 penny, illustrating the human side of numismatics and why collectors are so passionate about even the smallest errors or variations. Grading plays a pivotal role in determining just how valuable a 1994 penny can be, as professional grading organizations like PCGS and NGC assess coins on strict criteria, evaluating surface quality, strike sharpness, luster, and overall preservation, and coins graded mint state 65 or higher are extremely rare from 1994. With examples displaying clear error characteristics fetching staggering prices at auction, collectors pay attention not only to the physical coin but also to provenance, ensuring the coin's history is documented, including prior owners, certification records, and any prior auction sales, because a coin with clear authentication and a traceable lineage will always command a higher value than one of uncertain origin. The market dynamics for rare 1994 pennies are also fascinating, as investor interest, collector demand, historical significance, and scarcity all interact to create dramatic price fluctuations. Auctions frequently see bidding wars for these coins, particularly when a specimen combines high-grade, a rare error, and strong provenance, demonstrating how powerful the convergence of rarity and market demand can be. The 1994 penny is also notable for the subtle design details that enthusiasts study, including the curvature of Lincoln's profile, the spacing of letters and numerals, the alignment of the motto, "In God We Trust," and the sharpness of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Any deviation from expected patterns could indicate an error or a die variety that dramatically increases the coin's value, and collectors often use magnification, lighting techniques, and historical references to identify and authenticate these features, beyond technical analysis. There are countless anecdotes that illustrate the allure of the 1994 penny. Stories of collectors discovering high-grade specimens in ordinary circulation, finding coins in family collections untouched for decades, or stumbling upon misstruck coins in rolls purchased from banks all contribute to the mystique and excitement surrounding this coin. For many, the 1994 penny is more than money. It's a connection to history, a testament to the art and science of minting, and a reminder that even the smallest objects can carry enormous potential. Over time, coins like the 1994 penny have also become attractive investment vehicles, because physical collectibles with documented rarity often retain or increase in value even when other markets fluctuate, and savvy investors recognize that a coin with unique die errors, superior grading, and verified provenance is not just a collectible, it's a tangible asset that can appreciate exponentially. Which is why professional collectors and investors alike study market trends, monitor auction houses, attend coin shows, and network extensively to locate the rarest 1994 pennies. And while the process requires patience, expertise, and often considerable financial resources, the payoff can be extraordinary, transforming an ordinary-looking coin into a multi-million-dollar treasure. Furthermore, the 1994 penny serves as a teaching tool for aspiring numismatists, illustrating the importance of observation, research, and documentation in building a valuable collection, from learning how to spot subtle doubling to understanding the impact of planchet anomalies. Every step educates collectors about how minor variations affect rarity and value, and even casual enthusiasts can gain appreciation for the intricate craftsmanship involved in minting. For those seeking to identify rare 1994 pennies, several practical tips are crucial, including examining coins under magnification to detect doubling or die cracks, checking the alignment and spacing of letters and numerals, comparing suspected rare coins with certified examples in catalogs or online databases, and considering professional certification to ensure authenticity and maximize market value. Collectors also benefit from understanding the historical context of the year 1994, as the production numbers, mint practices, and economic conditions influence both the prevalence of errors and their desirability. And by combining historical knowledge with careful observation, collectors can significantly increase their chances of finding a high-value coin. The excitement of discovering a 1994 penny with rare characteristics is unparalleled, often transforming the collector's experience from casual enjoyment to a thrilling pursuit of historical and financial significance. And because each coin is unique, the moment of recognition, the realization that an ordinary coin might hold extraordinary value, is intensely rewarding. Auction records further illustrate the coin's worth, with rare, high-grade 1994 pennies fetching prices that seem unimaginable for a coin of such a small denomination, demonstrating how rarity, condition, and provenance converge to create staggering value. This phenomenon also highlights the interplay between supply and demand in the coin market, as scarcity, desirability, and documented errors drive bidding wars and record sales. The 1994 penny also serves as a reminder of the importance of preservation, as even minor scratches, discoloration, or improper handling can reduce a coin's grade and significantly impact its value. Collectors therefore invest in proper storage, protective holders, and environmental control to maintain optimal condition, and those who acquire certified, high-grade examples often find that their investment appreciates steadily over time, illustrating how meticulous care and informed decision-making can maximize the potential of even the smallest coins. In addition to financial considerations, the 1994 penny carries cultural and historical significance, providing a tangible connection to American history, economic conditions, and minting technology in the mid-1990s, and for many collectors, holding such a coin is like holding a piece of the past, linking them to the era's social, economic, and political context. In essence, the 1994 1-cent coin embodies the intersection of history, art, science, and investment, offering collectors and investors a unique opportunity to appreciate the craftsmanship, preserve history, and realize potential financial rewards. And as more people recognize the coin's rarity and significance, interest in these pennies continues to grow, reinforcing their value and cementing their status as highly sought-after collectibles, whether for experienced numismatists, casual collectors, or financial investors. The 1994 penny exemplifies the power of minor variations and meticulous observation, proving that extraordinary value can be hidden in the most ordinary places.